how hot it is outside, I can drink coffee all the time. I'm so happy right now.
Oh man, I had my leftover. I don't know if this is gross, but like I can't drink all my Starbucks in one day when I have it because I'm so sensitive to caffeine. So I put it in the fridge and then I have it the next day too.
I do the same thing, or the Frappuccinos, because they're like ice cream. Like I put them in the
So
freezer,
much.
and the next day I'll let them slightly defrost, and I'll start like digging it out with a spoon and eating it like ice cream.
Yeah.
I just think that's savvy.
That's why I love coffee now. Like I just
And then-
I make like a big pot too, and then I'll just like put it in mason jars and like have it cold and like sip on it throughout like the week or so.
Yeah, that's smart. That's easier than having to make coffee every time you want it.
Yeah.
Well, if you want it hot, you have to do it that way. You have to make it. But I prefer mine cold. So
Me too.
I like hot coffee better, but just because it's so hot outside, I can't do hot coffee on hot days all that much anymore. It used to because my dad was like, oh my God, because I grew up with this stupid thing in my head that my dad always goes, oh, you can't do cold drinks on a hot day, shocks your core. And I'm like, what? So my dad would always have fucking hot drinks. He would always have hot coffee in the summertime and shit. So I always grew up drinking hot coffee in the summer, and I'm just like, Dad, you're fucking nuts at this point. I'm like, give me my ice.
I don't get that at all.
I don't know.
Hey, Nick and Goody checking in with us. Nick saying life
Hi,
hacks.
guys.
Yeah,
Oh Lord, thank you guys for joining us.
yes, thank you. I'm doing a little bit of sharing. I'm sorry, guys. I will get back to the proper channel right now. Let me just
start sharing. Man.
sweat out here.
My phone
My-
down. Hear you outside?
But what do you call it? Yeah, it feels good to be back in Bakersfield, guys. I was glad to see you, both of yous. And now it's getting back to normal a little bit. I got a lot of editing to do, so I've been stuck at home pretty much. Anytime I'm not promoting the new cigars, I'm stuck behind a computer, and I'm getting tired of it.
Oh man.
Well, thank you, Joe, for driving us out there and driving us home. I had so much fun.
I actually like driving a lot. Sometimes I just wish I could just drive, just to drive.
Just
But
drive forever and never come back.
I'm always that person who just randomly appears and they're like, where did she go? And it's like, I don't know. I can't get a hold of her on her phone. And then like 2 hours later, I'll get a signal somewhere wherever I land. It's like, oh yeah, like I'm just here. It's just, yeah. It's like, why are you there? I don't know.
I like it. Hey, you know what? That's a good thing, though. You got to roam sometimes. And Nick says this is his weekly ritual. Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I got to say, I love your profile picture, though. The cat on the 20-sided die. That's awesome.
I was wondering what that was. My
Freaking
screen's-
adorable. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Oh, I meant it smaller.
That's cute. Man.
Sorry,
So
I'm
guys,
trying to find groups that will let me post right now. Groups that will let me share. It's kind of hard to find groups. Some groups are super stingy.
yeah, some of them boys. Well, guys, tonight we're going to be talking about fetal abductions just in a little bit.
Ooh.
It's very
Ooh.
weird and rare, but it does happen. Yeah, so pretty interesting, kind of, well, really sad, but yeah, we'll get into that in a little while. Did we have a have a horrible choosing for the week?
No,
Yeah.
this sounds good.
Throw this on.
Okay, so would you rather have Scott Stapp's voice, his singing voice, which he's the lead singer of Creed, or he was one of the singers.
I was wondering who that was. I was like, wait, who's that? Well, okay.
Would you rather take me back? Or would you rather have Miley Cyrus's speaking voice?
Ooh.
If you've heard her recently,
Miley Cyrus sounds like she's a pack-a-day smoker with a real bad sinus infection, y'all.
oh man, her voice is rough. Her voice has lived a rough life.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so they have to. Okay.
So would you
I
rather
have his singing voice.
his singing voice or her speaking voice? So your singing voice, say for example, you sound like you have Miley Cyrus's speaking voice, but you can sing like however, whatever, and vice versa. But like every time you sing, you sound like Scott Stapp.
I'm gonna say Scott Stapp's because if his voice came out of my mouth, I think I could make money. I think I can make that happen. I think I can make that happen. I'll make like a little puppet. Oh, I'm like make it all sing and shit. I'll come up with a gimmick, just make it, like hilarious and ridiculous.
That's awesome. Oh. You could do two voices at that point too, because your speaking voice would be different.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. That's what I want.
Oh man.
I chose Miley Cyrus's speaking voice because I already feel like my voice is kind of getting deeper as I get older, but also I don't know. You could do so many things with that voice. Like you could do different voice acting gigs with it, because it's very like niche.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do that, or you be a phone sex operator. You could be a guy or a girl on a phone sex operation.
Like, do you have those Z-Packs sexy?
Oh my God.
Oh, didn't you have some clip, Miguel?
Oh yes. If you guys, if you guys want to hear what these guys sound like a little bit more, just so you know, I'm gonna start with Miley's voice. Let's see what you think of this real quick. Let's see if I can get to it.
The Joe Rogan experience. But it had to be taught any other way besides jumping in the deep end of the pool and hoping you know how to swim. That's the only way. There was no way I could have prepared for the amount of balance I would have to learn to kind of teeter, because, at one point, again, it went from, it was school, then it went from, how much
sound like a dude or a
play. You can just and then
what's the answer to that question?
More than you would fucking think.
More than you would fucking think. I think me and her have the same voice now. That's not much of a change. I'm like, I
think she sounds like her testicles are a little bit rounder than yours, Miguel. I'm sorry. That's not a you thing. That's a her thing, not a you thing.
Mine are very pointy.
I was gonna say, a few more years. Like, we need to get you on some cigarettes. We need to get you started on some American spirits.
Did this people say pointy? Like the vintage pointy bras, like back in the day, but it's your balls.
I don't understand what's weird about this.
Men's underwear ads, like they're briefs, but there's two points underneath.
Like if you've seen a walnut, right? You've seen a walnut, and it's got that really good
balls.
Yeah, it's totally normal. About one out of every other guy has them. Point ball syndrome. It's totally normal. Okay, I don't even want to go over that, because that's my body. It's my choice to have pointy balls. Whatever. But I need to go into Scott. I want to go to Scott Stapp's singing voice. I hope I found it. I think I found one where it's him singing live. Oh yeah.
It cracks me up. I don't know why. I don't know.
I got children out here. I apologize.
Children. Hello, children. He's got long hair though, like boys with long hair. He looks like he's in a Walmart or a Vons or some shit.
Just like he's getting his prescription fucking filled, and they're like, "Hey, dude, could you something real quick while you're waiting for your order?"
Like it said box cards in the background, like that card section at Target.
Oh my god. Well, I just stood in line today to get prescriptions filled with no Hey.
Got my card on the way.
There's sale in aisle 3.
The car's right over the
Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry. It's gotta go away. Yeah, no, I want to be Miley Cyrus anytime. I'll take everything about Miley Cyrus versus that.
Dude, I would laugh so hard.
I still stand by my original answer.
I just
Hey,
can't.
because you know what? He's in a fucking. I guess you would win with either one because they're both famous and it's cool. You could play
Yeah.
off that. If anything, you can be impersonators of either one. I think that's kind of a win-win.
I want to take Lauren's idea a little bit. Then I'm gonna take Miley Cyrus's voice, get into the phone sex operator, and then I'd be a Miley Cyrus. Oh man, I'm making money over.
You could do both. You could have Scott Stapp's singing voice with Miley Cyrus's speaking voice, and you're a powerhouse.
Double whammy.
I would still do the phone operation, and then randomly throughout our conversation,
you could.
I would break into his singing. You know.
With legs wide open.
Yikes. Under the covers. Oh my god, I just heard children realize they were children.
They're already scarred for life. It's fine.
Oh,
And then I want to check this out real quick, Richard. If you want to look up, if you want to laugh, look up Creed Shreds on YouTube. I'll check that out in just a minute.
Creed Shreds.
Right
But,
just
yeah.
nuts for me. Oh my god.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah.
So much fun.
But
Oh,
yeah, I think that those are two good examples for the Would You Rather for today. I'm just glad I was able to bring those on. I think we gotta switch it up. Let's get some strange news in real quick before we get.
Oh god. Okay, so this shit is fucking freaky as hell. Okay, so you guys saw Hostel, right? Or any of the Hostel movies? Well, this has been an investigation going on for the past few months, with a lot of development that's happened in it already. I guess in the Netherlands, they uncovered 7 sea trains. They're like big container freights, like the trucks and the trains haul. And all 7 of them were soundproof and had the chemical toilets in them, like the ones you take camping with you or whatever. Okay, sorry, I didn't know if Miguel could hear
There's
it or not.
children.
No,
Yeah.
I'm already seeing what this is going, and I don't like it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, okay, so 6 of them were set up just like that with nothing else in them other than like the shackles and all that. I'm sorry, 5. One of them had a dental chair in it with straps and shackles and scalpels and saws and hammers. And in another one, there were all these police uniforms and bulletproof vests, guns. They found coke, crystal meth. They found, what else did they find? Anyway, they found like all kinds of stuff. They also found a list like of over 100 people that they were basically, these 6 men so far that they've said they've arrested in relation to this. Over 100 people on this list they had planned to kidnap, torture for ransom or for whatever other reasons they won't really disclose. And most of those people have already been told and have gone into hiding. So if they've already arrested these guys, why do these people have to go into hiding? That was the first thing I was thinking. But that's some crazy shit. There are 7 sea trains all done up for fucking torture and shit.
And oh man, Darren, thank you so much, man. I hope you stick with us. I was reading some of the comments. I gotta say,
I have a question, but I'll let you talk first. Go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. I'm gonna. Yeah.
So, oh shit, I lost my train of thought.
Uh-oh.
No, but
I
when
ended
you're-
up talking and then I forgot it. I'm sorry.
it happens. It happens.
Sorry.
The only thing that brought this to mind is that when you're driving back from Vegas and you're passing by these little towns of basically nothing but like 3 campers or like a couple of like mobile homes.
Mhm.
I could totally see you just finding this exact situation in any one of those.
Yo, on the way to Vegas or on the way back, either one, like we were talking about, like I wonder how many people are in these fucking trucks that are like driving.
Yeah.
Like I wonder how many of them out of however many that we saw, like had
Yeah.
humans in them.
Yeah. Or if there's like houses behind those hills somewhere, or maybe there's
Yeah.
like underground bunkers under a rock or something. Like, because underground bunkers are becoming more of a thing for people who have money to do it,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody wants their bomb shelters or their man caves or whatever.
I want a
So-
bomb shelter.
Right?
Me too.
We were doing TOC for a while, and that kind of fell off the face of the earth. But I kind of still wanna do all that shit, the hiding and fucking food hoarding. Just kidding.
No,
Yeah,
I
I just-
100% agree. I want to do that too. Yes, please.
But yeah, it was a lot of suspicion out there in the desert of what's really going on. Cause cause you were saying like how many people you wondered were in those trucks, and I had seen people before like being dumped off like the back of trucks opening and people like jumping out of them and stuff and just walking along the freeway. Here he goes, always find an excuse to leave.
Right? I know. Oh,
He didn't even say nothing this time.
around.
He straight just
But-
left.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
We were talking about something that we both were talking about before, so I guess we didn't come for this part anyway.
No, I was
But
taken
yeah.
away. I was abducted. Sorry about that. But I'm back.
Were you close?
They literally turned me in that quickly. I was like, nope, not worth it.
They
sorry,
probed him and they're like, nah.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
ransom,
it's fucking
no
crazy,
sex
man.
appeal.
Yeah. Crazy shit.
Ah, it's fucking. So you said in the 90s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was-
Question. Oh,
I
how do you know how many missing people that were reported during the time of them like finding this, like these secrets?
Oh well, they were all unused. They were all
Oh,
just in
okay.
preparation
Oh,
for being
okay,
used for it.
preparation. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I left that out bad.
Oh no, I was
Yeah.
just curious, like, because that's like a different story. Like, if there are missing people in the area, then it may link to like why these things were built. You know?
Yeah. Well, I think I'd also seen like a another report saying something about they had found gifts as well. So I was like, whoa. These guys were, I mean, obviously these guys were posing as police officers. And what they were doing with the drugs, I have no clue. I guess they were selling them.
No, I did not.
But
Children.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, they're there. They're here. But that's a funny thing. You bring up them dressing as police officers because, at least in the U.S., the number of actual that mythical killer cop and stuff, it's very rare here in the U.S. It's a lot more prominent in Europe, where a position of authority like that gets taken advantage of. You hear about what was his name? The guy who just got caught here in California, the original Night Stalker.
Golden
His-
Killer.
Yeah, his police record was only like a couple months, if not less than that, before they fired him. And that's one of the most, if not the most example of a U.S. killer cop. It's usually people who pretend to be or who want to be cops who just couldn't get in because they're crazy. They're crazy people. They want to kill people. So
Right.
obviously something went hopefully right in that situation where they weren't allowed to be.
I have something to that effect with the thing that I studied, obviously with our topic tonight.
Yeah.
These women that abduct the fetuses often pretend to be pregnant.
So yeah, similar
So
situation.
that kind of coincides with like, you know, policemen that abuse power are often just pretending to be cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And then they take advantage of another pregnant woman's, what's the word I'm looking for? Like their emotional vulnerability, when your hormones are going crazy like that. And then they try to mimic it by like, oh, I'm pregnant too. Yeah, it's a good way to kind of get someone's guard down.
Right.
Yeah, oh my God, it's all messed up. But before we go too far into that, first of all, love the strange news for today because that's going to terrify me every time I'm near a storage container. But can we get something to laugh at before we go into probably one of the worst topics?
We can. This one actually, because the topic that I researched was in Colorado, I found this article that also happened in Colorado. So that was cool. Colorado, March 7th, 2002. Good old Jared was violating his parole by driving erratically down the road. He was pulled over by a few officers, and he, rather than going to jail because he was violating his parole, he tried to run on foot. He like crashed and then like ran on foot. So while he's running, he's gonna get these fucking officers. So he's like shooting behind him like this.
So
fucking
smart.
either doing this or like just doing this, like just moving his arm.
Oh,
because
he's literally doing that. Oh my God.
That's how they figured he probably died, because there were 4 shots that were shot. None of the officers fired any firearms. Like they never fired any of their weapons. So the 4th shot must have injured this guy, Mr. Gerald. He died in the hospital the next day because of self-inflicted wounds.
You dumb jabroni.
First of all, he was running from the cops. Like he was on a high-speed chase. No, they pulled him over, and then he drove away like in a high-speed chase. They chased him, wasting their fucking time. He's already gonna be in prison for that. And he's like, nah, fuck it. Starts shooting. I'm sure he's violating his parole also by having a firearm. Because when you've been arrested, you're like, for that, on felony charges, you're not allowed to have a fucking firearm. So this guy was just a winner. But he lost in the end.
Oh my gosh.
It was winning in life and lost in the end. But
that actually reminds me of Tupac. Do you guys know about Tupac when the first time before he was arrested, when he was shot and ambushed inside that hotel or the recording studio, and he got jumped inside of an elevator. And the story is that 2 gunmen came and started shooting him, and they beat him, and they took his stuff, but he still survived somehow. If you actually read the report, the gunmen, they did have guns, but the only one to shoot was Tupac. And he was pulling his gun out of his waistband, shot himself twice below the waist, and then they beat him up and took his jewelry.
Damn. Gun safety is important. Like that's why fucking liberals are trying to take our fucking guns, because idiots like that don't learn their gun safety.
Didn't Kim Kardashian do some shit where she was like, "Oh my God, they robbed my hotel room," and like really, like she robbed herself or some shit, like some stupid crap.
Like
I think her Paris Hilton.
There's like a conspiracy that she fucking, like, everything was a hoax. Like, she had someone come in and pretend to rob her. Like, I don't know. Maybe that was, like, Kanye planning it and not telling her. Because he's off his medication right now. And has been for a while. So maybe he might have done that. And who knows?
Poor guy. Ay.
He done went super cuckoo.
Hey, at least he didn't fucking, turn himself into a Kardashian.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he's trying to get out of that, isn't he?
or excuse me, Caitlyn, her name.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I agree with Sterling here. We need more population control than we do gun safety. So everyone gets a gun, and whoever's alive the next year gets to keep their gun. Yeah, I think that works. Oh man, but yeah, it sounds like he had the perfect plan. Like, how did he not get away from the run on foot and shoot wildly everywhere except for at the police? It's a perfect plan.
Always works in the cartoons.
Yeah. Fuck.
The eyes move around to the back of the head, and you can still shoot like this. Like,
Yeah. And the bullets even direct themselves. Like, and even
like in Roger Rabbit.
yeah. Some of them not cowboys.
They're super old.
Yeah.
That movie came out the year I was born. 1988.
Oh shit. I was 4.
I was -4.
-4.
Yeah.
Baby.
Are we all 4 years apart?
I guess so.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's cool.
I did not
And then
realize
Frankie
that.
and I
Oh,
are
we
only
have
a couple.
generation gaps.
I had no idea.
What a revelation.
Oh, not a shocker that I keep candies in purse.
It cracks me up that you act like you're older than you are. Shut up, Peanut.
No.
No.
Yeah.
All right, I'm dreading this already because just the name of this topic is just it's heavy. It's heavy to begin with.
I
But
know.
I was actually surprised that there wasn't that many actual, like, I guess what you would say successful cases, but there's been like a lot of attempted cases.
1 second.
Okay. Attempted meaning the child lives or dies?
That they were planning to do it and got caught somehow, like before they ran
okay.
Or kill anybody. But the actual ones that have gone through, I think, what was it, like 27 or something like that? Like successful cases of it.
I don't know.
So I don't know, like, for some reason I thought there would be more. Not that I wanted them to be there to be more, but I was just surprised at how low.
That number is probably low because, especially with like the Epstein shit and like child trafficking, like it's possibility that mothers have been murdered for their babies and nobody really knows about it.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So who fucking knows? Like the numbers could be super skewed. Because the numbers for COVID are fucking super skewed. The numbers for the Holocaust are probably skewed because there are probably more people that died that weren't registered. You know, who knows? Who fucking knows? It might happen in fucking tribes that haven't been influenced by outside sources. Like maybe that happens in places where we don't know.
Yeah, oh, like kind of like that one movie Miguel was watching last night, the Green something or other. It's like super sad.
The cannibal one that we kind of watched.
Yeah, it was called Green something. I don't remember. But that movie
was awful.
The movie Green Inferno?
Yes, Green Inferno.
Inferno. That's the word.
Yeah.
Isn't that a continuation of the Cannibal Holocaust or something like that?
It's supposed to be like a more modern telling of it, but there's another one called Cannibal Ferox that they're identical. Like it's a lady going to the Amazon to do a dissertation on cannibalism, the same way that they're going there for preservation and to disprove that they're savages, and then they end up getting eaten. So
right. And so, like, we were kind of tying it into, like, maybe the cannibal culture. Maybe there might be some child abduction
Yeah.
cases within those cultures that we don't have record of. Because Joe and I were, I don't know how long you were gone.
Sorry, kids kicked out my cord and I freaked out. I thought they broke it.
Oh.
I needed more coffee to calm down, so more coffee.
More
Yeah.
caffeine to calm?
Call it. It's like it's an addict needing his fix. Okay, I'm addicted to coffee. I'm okay with that.
Joe's like, hey.
I love coffee.
I feel you, brother. Like,
I never have to go to a back alley and do any favors for this. All right, it's always cheap. I mean, I would. Don't get me wrong. If I needed to. Okay.
Okay.
A triple shot mocha espresso is a triple shot mocha espresso. Okay. There's some handsome gentlemen out there for it. All right. Miguel will show you a good time if you give him coffee.
Oh my lord.
Wow. So is that like is it an ad we should put out or something we should promote on the show?
As long as I'm getting coffee.
To me.
I need to Photoshop them.
Coffee, like maybe we should capitalize on that.
Oh, shit.
Hey, John, thanks for joining us.
The Miguel prostitution fee is $100 to Lauren, $100 to Joe, and a large cup of coffee for Miguel. Yeah.
That sounds great.
There we go. We solved the problem.
Hey, Miguel, can I have a drink of your coffee?
We're like, no.
Oh,
No Java, go. Oh my god.
but yeah, no, that makes what is it called when someone wants to eat people? Aphasia, Afrophasia, the hunger for eating people. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Yeah.
It sounds about right. I think you're right.
Sorry, everyone, for the glare on my glasses. I can't help it. I try to be cute, but I need contacts. I can't see shit.
I was gonna say it looks good. I like the lighting in your area right now. You look nice.
Well, you still can't see my face, and I do my makeup, and I don't want it to be wasted.
Good.
Okay.
Oh, we're talking about eating people, and I made tacos again for dinner. God damn it. I'm not eating dinner after this.
Okay. So
I remember when we did tacos and cannibals, and it was amazing.
Tacos and Dahmer.
so
No, I talked about the dude that ate dick.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No.
Continue.
Oh god. Okay, you guys ready to get into this shit?
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Real
right.
quick though,
Okay.
I got the terminology for us real quick before we continue. Erotophoniophilia is the erotic desire for murder, and sexualized cannibalism is what they call when that's your kink is for eating somebody. That's just a full term. So one of them is dedicated to murder, not exactly cannibalism, but one's dedicated obviously to eating somebody, not so much the murder part. So it's the difference between a lust kill and what is it called? Careful, please. Careful. A product killer versus a process killer, which the process killer is somebody who enjoys the actual, process of killing versus someone, who just wants the body and is weird that way. So sorry, that's a lot to digest.
Thanks. But Jesus. Okay.
Oh.
Well, but yeah. So I got this chick. This one is a little more recent, I believe. Her name was Kathy Coy.
Right.
She had a history of pretending to be pregnant and having miscarriages. She already had 2 children. They were.
I already see a theme.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's always.
What point you just made? There is a theme.
Yeah. There's a couple of them. But yeah, she when her kids were in their early teens, she approached a 13-year-old and asked her if she would help her go steal the baby. And her daughter was like, no. And so then she went to her 14-year-old son and asked him whether or not he would help her murder someone. And he was like, nope. So then she started going on Facebook a lot and going to a lot of these pages for other girls who are pregnant, you know, kind of like trying to find a friend, someone who they can bond with during this process.
Yeah.
And she was pretending to be a pregnant woman. And she befriended this girl. What's her name? What's her name? Vicky or Jamie? Oh, it's Jamie. Yeah, she befriended this chick named Jamie Stice. And one day she befriended her, and then one day she was like, hey, go with me to go baby shopping. Like, let's go buy baby clothes and things like that. We're going to need them. And she was like, oh, okay. So then Kathy goes and picks her up. And when she picks up Jamie, she tases her with a stun gun and then takes her body to like this wooded property, like way down the way. Oh wait, am I telling the right one? I gotta stop myself for a second. Okay, I'm right. Okay, so she took her to the woods, this big wooded area down the road. She slit her throat and wrist, disemboweled her, and removed the baby.
Wow.
Yeah. Then she pulled the baby out of her, and then she went to a friend's house and told her friend that she'd just given birth, and if she could take a picture of it and send it to her ex that was out of town. Now, what had happened was her ex was leaving her, and she had told him, no, don't leave, I'm pregnant. And she showed him a fake pregnancy test. And he was still like, no, I'm good, and left and went to another state. Well, she kept sending him fake sonogram photos. She was trying to keep him updated on the pregnancy. And then it was coming about that time where she needed to produce a baby. So she preyed on this one young girl and just totally destroyed this woman. I guess an ambulance took her to the hospital, and the doctors ended up calling the police and let them know that they had received a baby and a woman, but the baby did not belong to the woman because parts of her ovary and uterus were still attached to the baby.
Right.
And so there's no way she could have made it to the hospital, not bled out and died or something with those pieces of organs just missing like that. Like, there's no way. So that's how she ended up getting caught. She got life in prison for murder, and then she got life in prison for feticide. And the good news is the baby did live through this one. So, I'm sorry. So she didn't get feticide. I'm thinking of the other chick, but she did get life in prison without parole, and the baby did live. So, yeah. So this lady was obviously like very mentally ill and wanted to just like, if I can't have you, no one will. I'm gonna give you a baby. Jeez Louise.
Okay.
It's a lot to digest right there.
I do want to talk a little bit about, before I get into my case, I would like to talk to you guys about the commonality. I don't know if that's the word, but basically just like all of the things that make sense about women that do this. Like, they have their own children.
Mm-hmm.
They are maybe not with the baby's dad, or they're trying to make the relationship with the baby's dad work.
Mm-hmm.
They pretended to be pregnant. They've stolen ultrasounds of women online and stolen their ultrasounds in trying to pretend that they're pregnant. So there's so many different factors here of like
Overlapping
facts. Like crimes. I mean, social media, stealing shit from someone on social media is not really a crime. But
I guess, yeah.
women benefited from stealing photos from these women on Facebook and posting them or having them printed out and given to their own husbands, even in like trying to trick their own husband. Like some of these women are just so fucking malicious. Like malicious in the fact that, well, I don't know. Maybe malicious is not the right word, because malicious meaning like, you know, they're trying to be mean, but
well, you gotta kind of think of like
trying to be mean. They want their own children and can't have them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta kind of think of like part of a reason of why they're doing it is because they're trying to hold on to something because they don't want to be left alone. They have abandonment issues. And they're so like, they're just so off in the head. They don't get that what they're doing is crossing borders or crossing boundaries. And it's just something that normal people don't do. But they're just so like, I can't be, no, you can't leave. Like, just, it's a bunch of 6 people.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be another level of just some kind of problem going on besides even just the relationship, trying to keep someone around. I mean, I've tried that before where I show a girl a picture. Oh, look, I'm pregnant. It never works for me. But, you know, it's that, yeah, that fear of abandonment. It's like that.
The
Yeah,
ultrasound was a photo of the toilet, Miguel. That's why. He's like, I just gave birth.
A bird is not a child. Excuse you.
It still took me months to make.
Peanut said it's a butt baby.
Call my baby a butt baby. You guys are the worst. I'm hurt for that.
You're so gross.
Anyway, but no, it's like that fear of abandonment to the most deep level you could feel it. And
right.
I don't know what's going on in the mind of someone who thinks they could get away with something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
obviously, there's not going to be a baby.
In the case of Michelle Wilkins in Colorado, Boulder officials took care of this case. But on March 18th of 2015, a 7-month-old pregnant woman responded to her name was Michelle Wilkins. She responded to a Craigslist ad by Danelle Lane. Danelle worked for a company called Once Upon a Child, and they sold baby clothes, and she went over there and was just expecting to get some clothes for her baby. Like, she was 7 months pregnant. She's like, all right, my baby's coming in the next couple months. Like, gotta, get some things. And, like, obviously just doing what a lot of moms do, trying to find clothes for cheap online because babies grow too fast and you don't want to buy name brand shit, and it's really awful. This happened to a mom just trying to provide for her child. Danelle Lane worked for this company, and she when Michelle was over, like slap her in the back or like hit her in the back, and Michelle was like, oh, was there a spider on me, or was there something on me? And Danelle was like, oh yeah, I think I got it. And then after that, she proceeded to attack her and beat her. She started beating her up. And she pinned her down. She choked her until she passed out. She grabbed a knife from the kitchen, cut the baby out of her, and ran away. While she was trying to run away, before that, she cleaned the baby off. And as she was at the door, her husband comes home. Remember, Miss Danelle had a husband named David Ridley. that had come home from his job to take her to a doctor appointment. So she'd been telling everyone that she knew that she was pregnant. Her husband kept taking her to the doctor, which we don't know why, because maybe he was in denial that she wasn't pregnant. Maybe he was in denial that she hurt someone and was using the pregnancy as whatever. But anyway, I didn't get any further information as to why he went along with everything.
Mhm.
But the husband showed up to take Danelle to a doctor appointment. Also, Danelle had pretended to be pregnant for over a year.
All right. She's like, oh, it's twins. I'm gonna be pregnant for 18 months. Sorry, guys.
Like, that is so mean. I don't know how that works, but okay. Anyway, whatever. But basically, her husband came home. He was standing in the doorway, bloody, and so he took her to the hospital instead of her doctor appointment because obviously she was pretending to be pregnant. She was like, I had a miscarriage. So she takes this clean baby, by the way, we should mention, a clean child with the umbilical cord still attached. She takes this clean child to the hospital with her husband. So during this time, Michelle Wilkins has been stabbed, beaten, and stabbed. The baby cut out of her. She's laying, dying in this stranger's house. She's in the stranger's house still. She doesn't even live there. So she gives dispatchers the address of where she's at. And this dispatcher thanks the gods for her because he kept her alive. He kept her awake. He kept her from falling asleep. He kept her on the phone with her while she was bleeding out and dying. Danelle was found at the hospital with the newborn, and she claimed that she had had a miscarriage. I'm going to say this, and you guys are going to get pissed because I was fucking there. She was not found guilty of murder of the baby because the baby died. They don't know if the baby died before or after he cut it out. So in Colorado, you have to remember they have certain laws about abortions, and they have certain laws about, when a child is a child after birth. Like, you have to have a certain amount of time after being outside of the womb for you to legally be a human being in certain places in our country, which everyone has their own fucking thing about abortions. But this really fucked this case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this baby, because they don't know what happened to it once it was cut out of the womb, they only charged her with attempted murder. She's to serve 48 years plus 5 consecutive terms for parole, unlawful termination of the fetus, or of a pregnancy rather, which is the maximum 32 years plus 5 years of parole. She was charged with 2 first-degree assaults. I don't know why 2 first-degree assaults. Maybe it was because of the baby.
Yeah, one for...
Maybe that's one way that they could actually get justice for the child.
Yeah.
So she was charged with 2 first-degree assault charges, 10 years for each, with another 5 years parole for each. Second-degree assault. She was charged with 5 years plus another 3 for parole, all consecutive years. So she is in jail for like 126 years. This bitch is never getting out. The only time that she ever expressed remorse was when she was sentenced, when they told her she had to spend her life in prison.
Can I show a picture of her? I think I found the right
Yeah,
picture.
go for it. Go for it. Yeah. Show what
Sorry.
this bitch looks like. Fuck her.
Is this her?
Yeah. Yep.
I originally looked up Michelle Wilkins first, but I think we gotta see her picture more.
Oh, Michelle Wilkins, that poor fucking woman. I feel bad that her baby died because of this.
Yeah.
She was trying, and maybe on like a Patreon episode, we can play the recording for like the 911 recording, because that is some shit that you gotta sit and listen to and process. Like that's anyway. Lane never expressed remorse aside from when she was sentenced, and she did cry a little bit when they played the 911 recording of Michelle Wilkins. But other than that, like, they basically like had psychologists on her saying that she probably had Munchausen's. Like, Munchausen's is when you pretend that there's something either wrong with you, or you pretend like you have something so that people treat you different. And that's what these women, I'm assuming, had, because they pretended they were pregnant for so long.
Like a super hypochondriac.
I don't even. Oh my god.
But yeah, that's some shit.
That's only 2 cases we talked about right there, guys, and that's just a fucking. That's
only 2 cases. Like Joe said earlier in the episode, like there's been how many? Oh wait,
there's 27 like confirmed like successful cases basically. All the other ones have basically been like attempts. So yeah.
So unfortunately, this child did not make it. But I mean, the court and the jury, thank goodness for this fucking jury, because they looked at this woman and they're like, oh yeah, she planned this. Like the defendant was trying to say that, oh, it wasn't planned, it was just like an impulse that she had, but she was a nurse. Mm-hmm. She had studied like all kinds of different stuff, like cesarean like procedures. Like she had manuals.
Oh wow.
Like, and they found all the manuals and everything. So like she planned it. That's why she got so many years in prison, because she planned this. And most women, they do. Like most women that have this, whatever it is, they plan it. From all of the cases that I've seen.
Not to make light of it, but it's like the that astronaut, the woman who planned on kidnapping her ex's new fiance. She even got a diaper for the road trip so she wouldn't stop. Like it was a whole like, she planned everything out, but her defense tried to say, "Oh no, she went temporarily insane basically for 3 months." So it's totally
wasn't that a few years ago?
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. We gotta talk about that one again too, like in detail, because it's that thing that women are just better planners than men are. Let's just be honest. Whether it's
not according to this case. I mean, she planned for a long time to try and do it to someone.
She still screwed up.
But I think she just got lucky with whoever responded to her Craigslist ad.
Yeah.
Also, don't go on Craigslist. Stop it.
Yeah.
Get off Craigslist.
I've had good luck on Craigslist.
No.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm meeting someone in a dark alley this night for a toaster oven. So
because people reply to my posts all the time.
Yeah.
How do you think I have my coffee?
Yeah. Yeah, this guy said he was looking for new friends to meet him in this abandoned building. I was like, you know what? I like exploring. That's cool. Let's go. So just make sure I don't tell anyone where I'm going, and it's totally cool. So like,
I need this homeless guy in the alleyway to tell me where to find a doll. I need him to find the Chucky doll.
oh my god, yeah. But back to a serious note, real quick. These are just cases of fetal abduction. They're in the U.S. reportedly every year. Again, we've said this before, but I want to make sure everyone remembers this number. 460,000 kids go missing every year in the U.S. That doesn't mean like they're not found or whatnot, but that's the number reported missing every year. That's 1,260 kids every day. That's on a daily basis in one country in the world. Other countries, maybe not as close, but still 20, 60, 100,000. The numbers are not small to where it's isolated incidences or just bad luck in one area. No, it's everywhere. And not to be like scared for forever, but just, look out for your loved ones, be careful. And don't go add or don't go on Craigslist anymore, I guess. Don't buy clothes on there. It's awful. It's so awful. God. I need more coffee. I guess I do need whiskey now after this one because god dang.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah. That was fun.
That was deep. That was a deep hole one right now.
It kind of sucked, but it was good at the same time.
Next
Karen
one.
Van Mitchell, I was doing shots of ruby grapefruit and New Amsterdam peach.
Nice.
But that was my Thursday splurge. I've been drinking red wine, like pretty much like it.
Schmancy.
Well, it's better than liquor, but tonight.
I went on a severe coffee binge tonight, so I'm feeling that in the morning.
Yay.
Love it. All right, guys, we're wrapping it up. I feel mosquitoes all over me, so I want to go inside now. It sucks out here. Yeah. Next week we need a lighter topic, please. We need something funny.
Okay, you come up with the topic then.
Yes, my topic will be. You know what?
Because you know what?
I got a couple I want to pitch you guys. Actually, I do have a couple I want to pitch you guys. That'll be fun but educational. Be funicational. Edufunal. Yes. All right, guys. Other than that, yeah, we're down to the last minute. Anything else before we go?
Just make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, please. And follow us each on our own separate things as well.
Yeah. Check it all out.
Just look up
any last words.
You'll find something.
Yeah. What do you call it? What's coming on for? Do you know what's coming on for Monday?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
I have another act that's gonna come today, but I have a lot of fun stuff coming up for October. So.
Nice. I like it. All right, guys. Yeah. Go check out everything. We go live a bunch of times. I'll be on in the morning. I'm tired. I don't even want to talk about it right now. And I'm itchy. I can feel them on my body. It feels weird.
I'm hungry.
So yeah, we're gonna wrap up today. Next week is gonna be funner, I promise.
Crooked anyway. Look at that shit. What is happening?
All right. Y'all
thank you
take
guys
care.
for joining us. Have a great night, guys.